Hi, good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing really good this evening. I have an immigration policy update that I wanted to share with you because it's really important. And everyone who is thinking about filing for a green card or you're about to submit your green card case, you must know this information. My name is Monique Reynolds. I'm an immigration lawyer. Our offices are in Atlanta, Georgia, and Kissimmee, Florida. However, we're available to help you wherever you reside, whether in the US or internationally. We can help you with your immigration matters. So, what we're going to discuss today is an updated immigration policy change. Now, if you are planning to apply for a green card using the form I 485, you are required to submit what's known as Form I 693. It's a medical exam. Now, this medical exam previously was not required until the actual interview. So, years ago, we would have clients just wait until they are ready for their interview because we didn't want their medical exam to expire. Then, what happened is that during and post COVID until now, a lot of our clients are actually getting their interviews waived. So there would be no interview for them to actually bring their medical to. So then what we actually required, um, what would happen is if they chose not to send their medical when we filed their case, then we would get a request for evidence, and USCIS would actually ask for our clients to submit the medical. So this was actually pretty good news when we got a request for evidence for the medical, because then we knew that their case probably was not going to have an interview required. While many of our clients actually go the extra mile and they provide the medical exam, they didn't always do so. Um, but in any event, they would submit the medical exam. There's my daughter video bombing me while I'm trying to give valuable information. Maya, let me finish. Okay. Can you go, Maya? Okay. Please excuse me. Sorry about that. My name is Monique Reynolds, immigration lawyer. Just wanted to give you some information about a policy update that you must know if you plan to file for a green card. Well, what I wanted to say is that now the medical exam is definitely required when you file your immigration green card case. So if you are submitting a 485 application to adjust your status or to get a green card, you definitely must know that you need to submit your medical. You can't wait to receive a RFE because you may not receive an RFE. Now, USCIS does reserve the right to give you an RFE or request for evidence. However, they also reserve the right to deny your case. You definitely don't want to wait for them to deny your case. So just go ahead and submit your case with everything that USCIS needs to make an approval on your case. And that's how we look at every case for our clients. We want to make sure that we go above and beyond, proving that our client is eligible. And so, in order to prove that you're eligible, just know that you now must also submit a medical at the time of filing. All right. Now, I previously did a video and also a live stream pertaining to what are the requirements of the medical exam. And so you can actually check out our detailed video because the medical exam does require you to have vaccinations and a physical, but I do go into great detail in what's required of the medical on our YouTube and also our Facebook channel. If you're watching, thank you so much for joining. I just wanted to share a major immigration policy update when you're applying for a green card, and that is to submit your medical at the time of filing. All right. So just know if you are ready to file your case, if you are about to submit it, do not submit it. You definitely want to wait and do the medical. I know it does take about approximately 2 weeks to get your results once you get it, but it's really important. And another tip, just make sure when you do the medical, do not open it. If you send it in and the seal has been broken, it will invalidate your report. So just make sure that if you're working with an attorney, you hand your medical to the attorney, and no one opens it. It has to go to USCIS sealed. All right. So Sergio P, excuse me, says, what about people that already filed? It depends on when you already filed. That's a really good question, Sergio. So if you filed after December the 2nd, then I would say just go ahead and make sure you do the medical and then you send it off. However, the policy update came about on December the 2nd. So the policy is effective as of December 2nd, 2024. So if you filed after that date, I would say just go ahead and do it now and try to submit it to them. So that way it can be a part of your file. Now, if you filed prior to December the 2nd, I would say don't worry about it, but you can, just look out for a request for evidence. Okay, so it might be a good idea to go ahead and just get it done now, or just wait for the request for evidence and then go ahead and do it then. But if you filed prior to December 2nd, I would say don't even send it in. So I hope that helps. Does anybody have any questions before I sign off? I can take a couple of questions. But if not, I definitely wanted to share because this information is crucial to anybody's immigration case, right? So just make sure when you're submitting your green card case, if you're filing Form I-485, just make sure to submit your medical exam because that's really important. Make sure also, Sergio, you may want to make sure you have all your vaccines. I did do a video on what the medical exam entails, because what could happen is if you don't have the vaccinations needed, it does take longer for them to do your medical. And so if you are going to get a request for evidence, remember they give you a certain time frame. And the maximum time that they give you is 87 days, but that doesn't mean that that's the amount of time that you will get to respond to your request for evidence. So just go ahead and make sure you look into what the medical exam requires. You can check out our YouTube video on the requirements of the medical exam and what you can expect, but just make sure you have like your vaccinations and whatever other health records that you may have, just to make your visit for your medical exam to allow it to go smoothly so you can get the results pretty quickly. Okay, so I hope that information helps. My name is Monique Reynolds. I'm an immigration lawyer. Let us know if you need help with your immigration matters. And he said, do you see new VAWA cases going faster than before? I wouldn't say that they're going faster than before. The turnaround on VAWA has been about 2.5 to 3 years just to get the VAWA approval. But the approvals have been coming in, so we are grateful for that. I think we have been getting like the work permits for VAWA a lot faster. So in that sense, I would say yes. Okay. So hopefully, with the new administration, hopefully we don't see any delays, because our immigration cases have been processing on a whole. They have been processing a lot faster than normal. And if you, well, I'm assuming you have a VAWA case, um, but at least, you have a case pending. But if you need to submit more information, you need to submit your medical, depending on when you file, just make sure you take care of what's needed because you want to make sure that everything is submitted properly. All right. Well, that's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching.